Recently, Warframe released Octavia, the musician frame. What's cool about Octavia, she has a special ability called the Mandachord. Now, the Mandachord allows you to customize your own songs in order to deal damage to your enemies, buff your allies, what have you. All of her abilities play off of the Mandachord. The Mandachord has 6 different sound packs available, some of which are only available if you procure them with Platinum. The different sound packs are the Alpha instruments, which are horrible electro weed music. The Beta instruments are essentially drum and bass options. There's the Gamma instruments, which have entirely too much bass. The horrible Delta shitlord dubstep nonsense. The Druk instruments are wannabe Guitar Hero. They just power chords and power bass, and it's not great. The worst thing I've ever heard put into a recording studio, and I make shitty YouTube videos. With the Mandachord, you are able to give yourself a clean slate and kind of start from scratch, allowing yourself to build whatever song you want, so long as it's in the key of D and it falls under any of the sound packs available. Honestly, this leads me to some complaints. The devs saw fit to limit you to the key of D minor pentatonic, which very much restricts the user's ability to fully customize what they want their songs to be. Now, I'm sure this is to ensure it's harder for individuals to fully recreate sounds and songs that already exist, to avoid any sort of weird copyright deals with their streamers or their content creators. A lot of the issues I have seen are just the limitations in the chord structure. It being stuck in one key doesn't help anything. You get 5 notes for the bass line and the melody, which very much limits, your chord reach. You can't get to a very high note. You can't get to a super low note. You have to find a common middle ground in between, and that really kind of stifles the creative nature of this character. That being said, despite the limited note selections and despite the limitations set for the player, it is a very simple and very easy to learn UI. With the limited amount of with the limited amount of notes available to the player, they can easily not get overwhelmed by what they're creating, just giving themselves the best knowledge that they can for what they're given. It's a really good baseline for what could come. There could be future sound packs, future updates that allow for additional keys to be played in. You could have better sound packs, because honestly the ones that are there right now, it feels like if you try and branch out and mix and match the sound packs, it kind of sounds like garbage. Another really cool feature about Octavia and the Mandachord is the shareable songs. If I were to create a song and someone loved it, I could easily link it to them. They could upload it into their Mandachord. Boom, done. I think ultimately what needs to happen with Octavia and the Mandachord is the Warframe developers need to sit down, really get good musicians in there to come up with good sound packs, open up to different keys other than the D minor pentatonic, allowing players more freedom, versatility, and overall just enjoyment from such a unique and cool frame. I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that the Mandachord is bad. It's limiting, and that can be frustrating to those that understand how to create their own music already, and limiting them further, limiting other players further, just, again, kind of stifles their creativity. I would love to see a future update to Octavia where you could set any key with almost any instruments and just fully immerse yourself in it and create complex and original tracks. The 16-second loop makes sense because the abilities are trying to go on loop, so you don't need like 3 to 5 minute sonnets or some crazy power ballad. But it would be nice to have more freedom within the time allotted for the abilities. Again, I think a lot of what Octavia is doing so far, it's a great step. It shows that the developers want players to have creativity within the game itself, and if they were to just expand upon it, it could be a really amazing feature to this game that would draw in a lot of different types of players. You would be getting music producers in here coming up with some of the craziest tracks and blowing away enemies. That's all I have for my Octavia breakdown. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button below, and we will see you later.